Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. We, the Group 7, will be discussing and tackling the Freud psychoanalytic theory. But before that, let's unlock first some background information of Freud. Sigmund Freud was born on May 6, 1856 in Freiburg, Moravia, Austrian Empire, that is now known Freiburg, Czech Republic. Sigmund Freud was died on September 23, 1939 in London, England at the age of 83. He was an Australian neurologist before he became the founder of psychoanalysis or the psychoanalytic theory. Freud's psychoanalytic theory views about human development, the unconscious, and the sexual development for more than a century old. According to Freud, a person goes through the sequence of 5 stages that will be discussed later. So by the process of these 5 stages, there are needs to met, either met or not. And through this theory, it helps to determine either the person will develop a healthy personality or not. This Freud psychoanalytic theory identifies a specific zone for each stage of development, the erogenous zones. These are the areas of the human body that are especially sensitive or the focal points, which may generate a sexual response such as relaxation, promote blood flow, build arousal, enhance sexual pleasure, and so on. That if these are not met, the fixation occurs. Fixation means an obsessive interest in or feeling about something or someone. In short, obsession will occur.
Freud's stages of psychosexual development. Psychosexual is the personality development. Mga siya mga personality sa mga bata. The first stage is the oral stage. Birth to 18 months. So, kani nga stage, the organous zone is the mouth. So, kabantay mo ng mga bata nga mga gagmay pa kay kung sa ilang makunitan, lahat yung kanon. Sa kung pa na mga hugaw, fences pa ba na nga na mao na diri nga stage. During the oral stage, the child focus on the oral pleasure, sucking na magtutoy. Too much satisfaction can lead to an oral fixation or oral personality that have a stronger tendency to smoke, drink, alcohol, overheat. Kung makuha na siya, masatisfy na siya, murag ang inigdako ana sa bata, mahimong drunker, alcoholic drunk, smoker, nga na. The second stage is the anal stage, 18 months to 3 years old. The child focus on a pleasure in this stage is the anus. The child finds satisfaction in eliminating and retaining fences. Kani nga stage is kanang makadetermine na siya, kanang muingon na siya sa iyang mama o papa nga, "Mao kay giun ko mga or kalibangon ko sa tingana." In terms of personality, fixation during this stage can result in being anal, retentive, and obsession with cleanliness, perfection, and control. So, ma-satisfied din niya, inigdakuan niya is kanang kuan siya, obsessed siya of cleanliness, nga na niya. Anal impulsive where the person may become messy and disorganized kung dili po siya masatisfied na niya gitahay o parents niya is kanang kuan siya cleanliness, obsessed with cleanliness, kanang mabantayan gyud, strict gyud siya, mao na inigdako niya maka-obsess siya og cleanliness. In other hand, kung ang parents niya is pabaya, mao na inigdako pud sa bata is messy nga na ang sa ingani nga stage. Then the third stage is the phallic stage, age 3 years old to 6 years old. The pleasure of or ergonomous zone is the genitals, mo na niya ang mga nabati sa bata. Like during this preschool age, the children become interested in what make boys and girls different. Kanang maka-determine na siya kung say kanang differentiate sa boys and girls, like kanang mga duwaan. Maka-difference siya o kanang pusil-pusil, pang laki ni, nang dal, pang bae ni, like that. So, preschoolers will sometimes be seen fondling their genitals. Freud's study lead them to believe that during this stage, boys develop unconscious sexual desire for their mother. Kanang maka-feel po silang selos. Kaya naay kanang Greek mythology Oedipus, kanang sa una kay kanang naay na ay bata nga nagsilo siyang papa niya unintentionally killed his father kay nagsilo siya sa ihang papa. Yawa siya kay bawo nga papa dito niya. Then mao nang Oedipus complex. Ang Electra is the vice versa, kanang bae pud siya, kanang magsilo siya sa iyahang mama muna. Then mao na siya ang phallic stage. The fourth stage is the latency stage, 6 years to puberty. It's during this stage the sexual urge remain represent. The children's focus on acquisition of physical and academic skills. Kani nga stage is kanang nasa socialize kanang iyang pang isip pa is makig-friends siya sa iyang mga classmates nga na like kanang makibuild siya of friendship, makisocialize siya sa uban during this stage. Then the last one is the genital stage, puberty onwards. The fifth stage, psychosexual development begins at the start of puberty when sexual urge are once again awakened. Kani nga stage is kanang makafeel na siya og angay-angay, makafeel na siya og kanang naibugkuan na something na this stage. In this early stage, adolescents focus their sexual urge towards the opposite sex first with pleasure center on the genitals. So, mao na ni kanang angay-angay na siya, like kanang makaangay na ang laki to opposite sex, makaangay siya na. And Freud described the personality structures as having three components: the ID, ego, and superego.
So Freud has his personality components, which is the ego, the id, and the superego. The ego serves as the reason, the id drives for pleasure and aggression, and superego as the harsh conscience. The ego's function is to govern the id and the superego. A weak ego can be the cause of a psychological disorder. So to explain more about the id, ego, and the superego, here is it. So id. Freud says a child is born with id. The id plays a vital role in one's personality because as a baby, it works so that the baby's essential needs are met. The id operates on the pleasure principle. It focuses on immediate gratification or satisfaction of its needs. For example, a person was in an important meeting. Ang kadtong nga tao is nakafeel siya og grabing kagutom. So, his id, i-urge siya sa iyang id na kaon to satisfy the hunger even without thinking about the consequences. In this example, the desire for food is a primal instinctive urge driven by the id. The id doesn't consider whether it's socially acceptable to eat at that moment. It simply demands satisfaction. Next is ego. Ego deals with the reality. The ego operates using the reality principle. So ego serves to mediate between the id's impulsive demands and the moral guidelines of the superego. For example, katong certain nga tao nga ni-attend sa meeting, gusto ni siyang mukaon. So id wants him to satisfy the hunger, which is to eat without thinking the consequences. But si ego, moingan si ego nga, wait until the meeting is over para makakaon na ka to satisfy your hunger. In this situation, the ego is finding a realistic and socially acceptable solution to satisfy the id's hunger impulse without breaking the social norms. The third Freudian personality component is the superego. Superego is the person's moral aspect. It serves as the person's conscience. For example, nayo sa katawo nga kanaang nakakita siya og kwarta sa kalsada. So kwarta or pitaka nga nay kwarta sa kalsada. Anja if id wants to moingon ag id nga punita na ayan na uli kay kanaang wapitaw siguro na itag ija imuha na. Pero ang si superego mo step in siya. Moingon siya nga no, you need to return the wallet kay basig na apay mangita anaa. So, kinahanglan na nimong iuli. In this scenario, the superego enforces the person's sense of ethics and responsibility. overriding the its selfish impulses and guiding the ego to act in a way that aligns with societal moral standards.
How Freud's theory applied to education. So Freud's theories on education emphasizes the importance of teacher-students relationship and the transfer of experience from childhood to the educational setting. Freud's theory of psychoanalysis can be applied to education to understand the unconscious drives and challenges in teaching practices. Although Freud's theories are not directly applied to modern early childhood education, but his emphasis on understanding the complexities of child's minds and emotions has encouraged educators to adopt more holistic and child-centered approach, fostering environments that support emotional intelligence and social development in young learners. So it encourages teachers to adapt the learning environment so they can change their lesson plan or change their kanang strategies in teaching. And that's Sigmund Freud theory.